Hello and greetings from YMCA Camp Twin Lakes. I'm Eli Raleigh, one of the camp directors here at camp. And we're so proud to be able to do our part for the community during these challenging times by running childcare for families who are going back to work here in these coming weeks. Starting on Monday, May the 4th, we'll be offering May Care for those families here at YMCA Camp Twin Lakes. What I wanted to do now is just share with you a little information about that program and go over some of the safety procedures we're going to have in place to ensure that our campers and staff are staying as safe as possible. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is some of the basics of the program. So we're going to be offering daily childcare here at camp. Check-in will start at 7 o'clock and go all the way to 9 o'clock. The main part of our day, our programming, will start at 9 o'clock running all the way up to 4, with families being able to pick up their kids from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock here at camp. We'll go through what that check-in and check-out procedure is going to look like here in just a moment. But this camp is open for all kids ages 5 through 12. During the day, they're going to get to do a wide variety of activities, everything from rock climbing to field games to swimming in the pool to homework time, making sure that we're maintaining social distancing at all times while we're doing those fun activities and just trying to provide the best experience possible for those kids during these difficult times. All right, so let's take a moment here to talk about what meals are going to look like at camp during May Care. We've partnered with LISD to provide both breakfast and lunch at no cost to our campers. So what that's going to look like is they're going to deliver both breakfast and lunch in individual bags that we will then go ahead and make sure we distribute out to our campers. And our campers still are allowed to bring their own lunches, and that is definitely something that we advise. If you know you've got a camper that's a picky eater or they've got special dietary restrictions, I would definitely recommend sending a lunch with them. But please do remember that we are a nut-free campus. We just always want to be sensitive to those allergies and campers that could potentially have those allergies. And to ensure that we are providing the safest camping experience possible for those that are in our care during May Care, we're following the most current recommendations from our local health department, as well as the school and childcare guidelines that have been put out by the CDC. So what I'd like to do now is just talk through a number of those different protocols and procedures that we have in place to ensure that we're keeping our campers and our staff safe at all times. So one thing that we're doing is we're doing a curbside check-in and pickup system. So what that means is as you're coming into camp, parents are not going to be allowed to get down from their cars, open the doors, and help their kids get on out. What we're going to do is we're going to ask that you stop and unload in designated areas when you are directed to do so. So parents, you do not have to get down out of those vehicles when you're dropping off or picking your kids up. Now, when we're doing drop off, we're also going to be doing temperature checks. So we will have staff on hand that are taking temperature checks of both the parent and the campers in the car. Now, if a camper or an adult has a temperature of above 104, we are going to ask those campers or parents to not participate in the day's program. You must be 24 hours free before we are allowing you to come back. Must be fever free for 24 hours before allowing them to come back into camp and participate in that program. We'll also be doing multiple temperature checks throughout the day just to be monitoring our campers. The next thing you need to know is we're going to embrace a culture of hand washing here at camp. We're going to have multiple hand washing stations set up around camp. Before campers eat, before they start a new program, they're going to wash their hands. They're also going to do so after. Our staff will also be equipped with hand sanitizer. So anytime we have a camper that coughs or sneezes, we're going to make sure that we can get those hands sanitized as quickly as possible as well. Another thing to note is our groups here at camp will be 10 or less. So a camper is going to be in a group of 10 campers or less at all times, and they're going to stay with that group throughout the week. So that group is not going to be mixing in with other groups throughout the week. Those groups are going to stay as static as possible. And the counselor or counselors that are working with those groups are going to be assigned to that one group throughout the week, so they're not bouncing from group to group during a week of May Care here at camp as well. So we're going to make sure our groups stay static, our counselors stay static. We're washing hands multiple times throughout the day. We're going to be doing curbside drop-off and pickup. We're also going to be doing temperature checks when dropping off, but also throughout the day as well at regular intervals. Another thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be sanitizing and disinfecting high-touch areas throughout camp on a regimented schedule. So in the bathrooms, we'll be washing down everything from the faucets right to the paper towel dispensers. Any place that we consider a high-touch area, those areas are going to be sanitized and disinfected multiple times throughout the day. Practicing social distancing is going to be another part of every day here at May Camp. So this is going to be something that we're going to talk about. We're going to reinforce, we're going to encourage all of our campers to do whenever possible. It's just going to be another way that we can ensure we're keeping both of our staff and our campers safe, maintaining that healthy distance between one another. When we're doing any activities here at camp, when we're moving about camp, when we're sitting down for lunch, it's just going to be something we have to do in order to make camp as safe as possible. We know that our campers are still in school and they've still got homework and other assignments that they're working on. So part of our day here during May Care is going to be to handle homework. We'll have some designated homework time in the mornings where campers can work on any assignments they have. And so the counselors are going to be able to work alongside them and assist them and help them out with those types of homework while they're here at camp as well, to take some of that pressure off doing all of that at home. We also know that some of our campers are still required to attend Zoom meetings with their teachers. So if you have a camper that needs to attend a Zoom meeting, the best thing for you to do is give us an email. Send us an email at camptwinlakes@ymcagwc.org to let us know when they need to be on those Zoom calls. We've got a designated space where we've got Wi-Fi where we're going to be able to set up space for campers to do those Zoom meetings that they need to be on so they can have access to Wi-Fi. So once again, if you know your camper is going to be on a Zoom meeting, please send us an email at camptwinlakes@ymcagwc.org. So we just kind of have a heads up, and we'll also be locking up any electronics in a closet when they're not in use by the campers so they don't have to carry them around with them.